What's up everyone, Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. So today we're talking about launching your cars, and I'm going to show you my favorite launching technique, give you some ideas of what to do, what not to do. We're going to talk about the launch button for tier 2 through tier 5 cars. Tier 1 cars don't have it, all right? A lot of people get confused by the launch button, but there's many different techniques of launching a car, feathering the gas, letting go of the gas at a certain time. Some people even hit launch before the car is ready to launch, which works on some cars, but not on all cars. So I'm going to show you my very favorite method and show you what not to do and some stuff like that for launching your cars to try and get a really awesome start on your cars every time. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at a really easy car to launch. Now, the first thing is I'm going to show you guys what not to do. And if you notice right here, there's a little button that says launch. That really messes a lot of new players up because tier 1 cars don't have this. And then they get into a tier 2 car and their car doesn't take off the line. Guys, you got to hit that launch button. The game doesn't really explain the launch button, and I don't know why, because it's there. And I don't think they even mention it. At least when I started the game, I couldn't figure out why my car was not launching properly. The game never said, hey, you got to hit the launch button. It just added the launch button on tier 2 and never told you it was there. So that confused me. That launch button also turns into your nitrous, okay? So when you start, you hit launch, and then when you need to hit your nitrous, you hit that button again. So it has two functions, okay? But that's not what we're worried about today. We're worried about the actual launching the car to get a good start. So first off, every car is different. Some cars might want to launch at 6,000 RPMs. Some like to launch at 7. This one likes to launch right around 3.5. So what we want to do on this car is we want to get a perfect start. So first off, you got to figure out where your car likes to launch. Does your car like to launch at 3,000? Does it like to launch at 6,000? Does it like to launch at 5? Every car is different. We know this car wants a perfect start in the green. So on this car, we want to try and figure out how to get it into the green. Now, the first technique, I do not like this. A lot of people try and feather their gas. This is what I'm going to say. Do not do this technique. All right, we'll show you one run on this horrible technique, and then I'll show you one run on my favorite technique on how I launch every single car. All right, so people will feather it, where they just sit here and tap the button and hope that it stays in the green. All right, and they hope that it hits in the green once the car takes off, and it did not. All right, it's almost impossible to get it exactly where you need it using this launching technique. This car likes when you let go of the gas right before you hit number 1. Okay, so we're gonna hold down the gas. The counter is gonna go 3, 2, and just before we get to number 1, we're gonna let go of the gas and try and get a perfect start on this car. 3, 2, let go. All right, there we go. And then we hit the launch button as soon as it said go, and that gave us almost a perfect start. So you might want to tweak it a little bit here and there to make sure your car gets just that perfect start exactly where you want it. That one was just a little bit off, but you kind of got to figure it out for each car, guys. It's not super easy. Let's go ahead and try that again. But our goal is to get it just perfect in the green for this particular car. After this, we'll go look at another car, right? That launches very differently. We're going to use the same technique, but we need to let go of the gas at different times to make some other cars launch properly. So let's try and let go of the gas just a little teeny bit earlier this time and see if that gets us in the green. 3, 2, 1, go. Not quite. So we were a little bit off again on our start. So maybe we actually need to let go of the gas just a little bit later, maybe slightly after number 1. So this is the kind of thing you got to play with. You got to figure it out for each car and then remember it, which is definitely a pain. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this Porsche. All right, this is one of those cars where you kind of want to let go of the gas right about number 2. This one's a little different than the other car. So we're going to hold down the gas until we hit number 2. And we're going to wait till just a little bit past number 2, okay? Always make sure you hit the launch button when you say go. Right now on a test run, we don't have the launch button turned on, but we're still going to tap it anyways for good habit. All right, just tap it and then tap it again when you want to hit the nitrous. Even if you don't need to tap it anyways. Okay, But on this car, we're going to hold down the gas. We're going to try and get a perfect start, or actually more around 4,000 RPMs. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Right there. So sometime after 2 and before 1, we let go of the gas on this car. And that's exactly what you want. On this car, if you get a perfect start, sometimes the needle kicks back like we saw on the Copo Camaro that we'll show you in just a minute. This car is bad if you get the kickback. The next car is very good if you get the kickback. So it's kind of crazy. All right, so let's go look at another car. All right, so on this car, it's very different than most cars. You want to get an exact perfect start by letting go of the gas on almost exactly number 1. And then the needle is actually going to kick back down to 1,000 RPMs. Most cars, if you get that kickback, it slows the car down. On this car, it actually makes it faster. So this is one we're going to let go of the gas pretty much at exactly number 1. And then as soon as it says go on the countdown, we're going to hit our launch button. On this one, we do have the manual launch turned on. So you can see the launch button right there. But 3, 2, 1, go. And we messed that one up, guys. So that's going to show you exactly how important it is to get your timing just right. All right, I intentionally let go of the gas just a split second too soon so you guys can see the difference between a teeny tiny bit of error on your launch. All right, so now we're going to let go of the gas just a teeny tiny split second later. So right about as soon as it goes 3, 2, 1, right at number 1, let go, and you're going to get the perfect start. Check this out. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. We got the kickback. All right. You have to have the kickback on this car. On most other cars, you do not want that. Okay. So this is a very particular and weird car to drive. There we got a 7.228. 7.217 is the world record on this time. So this is about the only car I've ever been able to hit world record times on. Let's go check out a really weird car, guys. A really weird car to drive. Now, this particular car, you want to launch around 7,000 RPMs. So you got to let go of the gas a split second before the car launches, okay? Like a split second before launch. You don't want to still be holding the gas down at the time of launch, but let go right before. If you get a perfect start or a late start on this car, you often get so much wheel spin you can't even shift gears, and it totally screws you up. So this car, we want to launch around 7,000 RPMs. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to hold down the gas until a split second before the actual launch. 3, 2, 1, let go. Right there. See that? 7,000, okay? So we let go of the gas and then almost instantly hit where the launch button goes. Now, this car likes when you let go of the gas pretty much exactly on the number 2. You kind of want to get a perfect start, but maybe right before at 4,000 RPMs. I think if you get a perfect start on this one, it'll kind of kick back. And on this car, that kickback will screw you up. So it's just all about the timing. Hold down the gas, figure out exactly when to let go. So this one, we're going to let go of the gas just a teeny tiny split second after we hit the number 2. 3, 2, let go. All right, launch button. And that time, look what happened. We got the kickback. That slowed our car down something fierce. So now we want to say, okay, that didn't quite work. So let's hold down the gas just a little teeny tiny bit longer next time. So that time was pretty much on number 2. Okay, well, it's not exactly on 2. This car doesn't want the perfect start. So we're going to let go of the gas just a little teeny bit after number 2 this time. Let's check this one out. 3, 2, let go. Launch. And we still got it. So what does that mean? That means we still need to hold down the gas a little bit longer, or maybe hit the launch button just a little bit sooner, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our one last run on this car. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this one to get it started right. We want to launch somewhere between the 4 and the 5,000 RPM. So as you saw, we need to let go of the gas just a little bit later on this one. So let's try that. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Right about perfect. All right. That's exactly what this car wants. So every car is very different. All you really got to do is figure out the correct timing to let go of the gas for each car. But every single car, that's what I do. I hold down the gas and then I let go at a specific point, hit that launch button right when it says go. There I got a minus a 0.017. So that's actually showing me how close to 0.00 my launch was. If you hit launch the second it says go, it should read 0.000, but that's almost impossible to do, guys. Getting 0.00 on a manual launch is very, very hard. So don't expect that. Since it has a negative, that means I hit the launch button just a little teeny bit before it said go. If it doesn't have the negative, let's just say it was a 0.017 instead of a negative, that means I would have hit it just a little bit after go. But if you're lucky and you get a perfect run, you'll get a 0.000 if you're crazy lucky. So I think that pretty much wraps this video up. This is just some ideas on how to launch. Hopefully this explained it really good. I showed you an example of being off by just a little teeny bit and getting it just right on a couple different cars and stuff like that. So I really hope this video was helpful, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are all really awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, go do that right now. Share this with your friends. And yeah, have an awesome day, guys. Thanks so much. You guys are all amazing. See ya. Lightning out.